Ex-Pentagon scientist Vallée and FBI reports suggest interdimensional beings exist among us. According to Memo 6751, Credit FBI Vault, the idea that extraterrestrials could be interdimensional beings is advanced by many UFO researchers. This hypothesis seems to take a serious turn after the Skinwalker Ranch incidents, as well as astronomers and UFO researcher Jacques Vallée's suggestion that aliens are real but exist in another dimension that coexist with ours. The extraterrestrial hypothesis remained the primary explanation for UFOs by many experts, but there are many ufologists that have abandoned it in favor of interdimensional hypothesis. Paranormal researcher Brad Steiger wrote, "We're dealing with a multidimensional paraphysical phenomenon that is largely indigenous to planet Earth." The interdimensional hypothesis is viewed as an alternative to the popular extraterrestrial hypothesis, which is advanced by such experts as Mead Lane, John Keel, J. Allen Hynek, and Jacques Vallée. According to it, UFOs are a modern manifestation of a phenomenon that has occurred throughout recorded human history, which in ages prior were ascribed to mythological or supernatural creatures. Jacques Vallée states that UFOs and related events of a paranormal nature involve visitations from other realities or dimensions. The idea proposes that these alternative realities exist separately, yet parallel to our own. In 1975's The Edge of Reality, Vallée and Hynek considered the possibility of what they call interlocking universes. And according to Hynek, there could be other universes with different quantum rules or vibration rates, if you want. Our own space-time continuum could be a cross-section through a universe with many more dimensions. Think what a hard time you would have convincing an Aborigine that right now, through this room, TV pictures are passing, yet they're here. You have to have a transducer to see them, namely a TV set. Well, in the same sense, there may be interlocking universes right here. We have this idea of space. We always think of another universe being someplace else. It may not. Maybe it's right here. In his 1969 book, Passport to Magonia, on UFOs, folklore, and parallel worlds, Vallée argues for a parallel universe coexisting with our own. The idea was reiterated in Vallée's subsequent writings. He summarized his objective in his 1990 paper, 5 Arguments Against Extraterrestrial Origin of Unidentified Flying Objects. First point, unexplained close encounters are far more numerous than required for any physical survey of the Earth. 2, the humanoid body structure of the alleged aliens is not likely to have originated on another planet and is not biologically adapted to space travel. 3, the reported behavior in thousands of abduction reports contradicts the hypothesis of genetic or scientific experimentation on humans by an advanced race. 4, the extension of the phenomenon throughout recorded human history demonstrates that UFOs are not a contemporary phenomenon. 5, the apparent ability of UFOs to manipulate space and time suggests radically different and richer alternatives. A study published in ResearchGate proposes that there must be an interdimensional membrane that protects one dimension from another, and the interdimensional tunnels that exist in between or connecting those dimensions must have an unstable entrance, wandering unpredictably from one hypersurface to another. And there, if anyone gets caught in any of those tunnels' entrances, devoid of any singularities and horizons, then they ought to travel to the other dimensions that will always be 4, as permitted by the laws of physics, standing on the 4D universe. American journalist John Keel, 1930 to 2009, was a believer in extraterrestrials and speculated that the stories from folklore and religious texts were proof that humanity had indeed made contact with another form of intelligent life, but that they were not from outer space. Instead, they were beings from another dimension, ultra-terrestrials. Keel theorized that those beings could shape, shift, and look like anything, and attributed them to stories of demons, monsters, angels, ogres, and changelings. He thought those ultra-terrestrials likely had a sense of right and wrong, and that they were capable of manipulating mankind. One of the benefits of the interdimensional hypothesis, according to Hilary Evans, 1929 to 2011, a British pictorial archivist, author, and researcher into UFOs and other paranormal phenomenon, is that it can explain the parallel ability of UFOs to appear and disappear, not only from sight but from radar, as the interdimensional UFOs can enter and leave our dimension as well, at will, meaning they have the ability to materialize and dematerialize. On the other hand, Evans argues that if the other dimension is slightly more advanced than ours, or is perhaps on our own future, this would explain the tendency of UFOs to represent technologies close to the future. One of the most fascinating documents about aliens as interdimensional beings was found in the FBI archives Memorandum 6751, dated July 8, 1947. That's just 4 days after the Roswell UFO encounter, by the way. It's most important to the ufology, according to former FBI Special Agent John D'Souza. According to the report, among other species, we are visited by creatures not only from other planets, but from other dimensions as well. And in particular, they are from the etheric plane coexisting with our physical universe, materialized entities that appear as translucent giants. Memo 6751 remained classified for 63 years until Executive Order 13526, which allowed for its declassification and release. The memo may not be a smoking gun, but it is significant that it remained untouched from the disinformation campaigns of the Project Grudge and Blue Book. Could the phenomenon at the Utah Ranch, that also known as Skinwalker Ranch, have been the result of interdimensional beings or time travelers accessing our space-time continuum, or physical beings jumping across vast interstellar distances via wormholes or stargates? Dr. Travis Taylor joined businessman Brandon Fugel's team at Fugel's infamous Skinwalker Ranch 3 years ago and firmly believed he would be able to resolve the ranch's assorted mysteries in short order, but the longer he stayed, the stranger things became. In his recent interview with investigative journalist Jordan Knapp, he said, I had never seen a UFO until I got out there. Now I have seen more UFOs now than you can count, he said. In the surprising, candid, wide-ranging interview, Dr. Taylor shared his opinion about the role of science in the pursuit of the unknown, his personal experience with strange phenomena on Skinwalker Ranch, the physical effects of close encounter cases, and the mysterious hitchhiker effect that multiple UFO paranormal eyewitnesses had reported. In his opinion, this unexplained phenomenon can be different for people in regards to their brain activity. Hypothetically speaking, he said that the phenomenon can be connected to different planes in the universe. And he added that he could go along with the idea of a portal, but was not sure. He believes it's bizarre, but there is some truth to it, he said. And this is on Collective Spark by Vicky Verma from House and Wise. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.